Alrighty, it is Monday, July 22nd, 2024, and I am at third-party facilitating venue, Townhomes by Marriott. I've captured still images of the light source, the crime scene, and the demonic feature of amplification inside of my hotel room, which again, it's impossible audible activity while the traffic that's on the ground is heard on my inside of my fourth floor hotel room, and also into the depths of the bathroom, which is the sexual violence. But it's a sex offense period for the entity to engage in group stalking you, engage in criminal surveillance in a private space at a third-party facilitating venue. So you have the presence of a crime scene, and so the nature or the status of that facilitating venue is what is determining whether or not there's a sex offense underway. But there's also always a sex offense underway because the entity is also molesting, invading with engineered light. So you're understanding what is a perpetual sex offense and all the ways in which you're identifying the sexual violence by the entity that is demon possessed, keeping you under surveillance. And I will continue to document not only the fake sun that you'll see over my head right now, 11 o'clock in the morning, the entity is keeping the fake sun outside of the living room window of Alvarado Gardens facing the hillside. As I step outside of my front door, it's over the top of my head, which is captured from February until July of 2024. That is the specific environment. The specific environment follows me wherever I go, as opposed to what the natural environment would do. This is also in conformity to the documentation that sits on the record that I continue to juxtapose with what the entity is doing now. Demons are pacing in the parking lot, doing so in the parking lot of third-party facilitating venue Townhomes. This is the demon that's engaged in Title 18. This demon represents what all of the demons at this venue are engaging in. And so I'm going to document some license plate 8YYF021 JHAM. That's a white C-Class Mercedes with the license plate JHAM. License 8FZG528. License JAYSK8. License 7ZGD417. License 9LDE860. License 9EOD791. 7LDL478. 8EWL342. 8WBB245. 523Z42, that's Nevada, 9LTV356, 7AUP665, 9JND809, another out-of-state plate, KLP9689, that's a New York plate, license 4EOE206, and 9BPJ924. Let me go ahead and capture so that you can see in real time. It's currently, again, 11:02 a.m. So this is the fake sun over TOWNPLACE Suites by Marriott. Fake sun is right over my head. You can see my location in the parking lot. This third party is the one that's pacing back and forth. And I've also captured so that you can see, well, actually you can't see on a screen recording, you'll see it in my images capture. The entity is engaging in nothing other than methods of the demonic pattern of conduct, and so that's terrorism. When you're looking at traffic, those are demons that are pacing. It's terrorism when you're hearing traffic. It's amplification, serving to monitor you. It's sexually violent, and it is offensive to the ordinary person's your sensibilities, your ordinary right and mindset that you would have privacy inside of a hotel room, and you don't. And the entity also engages in a pattern of secretly, covertly, surreptitiously recording you, so that your nude body, everything that you're doing in a private space, is also on the venue of the internet, where these same demons that are group stalking you are also watching you online as a population, as an entity that engages in that level of sexual violence, a violation of an American citizen. That's also relevant. I'm going to capture right now. Alrighty, documenting 9EWZ166. This is a Caucasian male group stalking in the parking lot of third-party facilitating venue at the crime scene, and group stalking with the demons that are the entity that's going to be disbanded, the entity that's engaging in conduct that will result in what is the prosecution of the chief of police, which is actually a terrorist leader, conforming to the pattern of conduct. So I document 9EWZ166. The demon-possessed entity that's engaged in surveillance is also engaged in federal stalking on the internet, and you have the pattern of engaging in what is Satan will in a police vehicle cross path in order to threaten you more directly as you document Satan group stalking you vicariously, which represents license plate 90WZ166. This middle age or elderly age Caucasian male who's group stalking in the parking lot is going to federal prison. All right. And so I took a picture. It's currently 11:10 a.m. July 22nd, 2024. And this is followed immediately with I want to say LAPD, but I'm in Monrovia. So you have the entity that's acting via the law enforcement agency, but also let me document again, the target individual does not have a responsibility to designate the proper jurisdictions and the city lines and what department is where, because I've documented Ontario police going outside of city lines to stalk me in a helicopter, and that's because they wanted to limit the times that limit the amount of terrorist organizations that I specifically identified. So Ontario would go to another city, for example in Montclair, and group stalk in the same blue and white helicopter, but that's the Ontario Police Department helicopter. So I just want to point that out. You have the entity crossing path through a corrupt law enforcement agency, it's the grounds of federal prison. Okay, P.O.C. So 90WZ166, and there's a counterpart that just got in his vehicle while he's engaging in that which is a very serious federal offense with the government. The government then directly crosses path to communicate a threat, both reasonably construed as a threat as well, and doing so with knowledge of the fact of what's being documented. It's currently 11:11 a.m. at